Gerry Kelly on BBC Radio Ulster.
Welcome to the Gerry Kelly podcast. Now, one of my all-time favourite songs is the Proclaimers' massive 1989 hit 500 Miles, a song which would go back to the number one spot in 2007 when Peter Kay and Matt Lucas joined forces with the lads for comic relief, and indeed they raised over £1 million for the charity in the process. Well, now the Proclaimers, who of course are identical twin brothers, Craig and Charlie Reid, well, they've released their latest album, and it's called Let's Hear It for the Dogs. And I have to say, they're quite excited about this new album. Good to talk to you again, Craig and Charlie.
Hi, Gerry. How you doing?
Very well. I expect you're excited and thrilled with the new album, are you?
We are predictably excited and even more thrilled. It's fantastic. We always like putting a new record out. We kind of work on 3-year cycles. We'll tour a record 18 months, 2 years, and then put another one out after we've had some time to write some new songs. So yeah, we're very excited about it, and even more excited to get back on the road later on this year.
The thing I love about your music, guys, is it's real, it's honest, it's authentic. And indeed, in this album, you've picked some subject matter that you wouldn't expect to cover in a pop song.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're looking to kind of stretch yourself as a writer, then fair enough writing about sex and love and politics, whatever, but there are social issue songs in society that you know other people aren't going to touch. So sometimes that's the reason to do it.
It's a very brave decision to write songs about these, because there is a danger in this, is there not, in writing a pop song about such issues, that insofar as it may not be to people's liking or taste, and because you may risk alienating people, that is commercial suicide, of course, is it not?
We don't sell millions of records now. You know, we don't even sell hundreds of thousands of records now. They sell them in the thousands now. I think it's more important that you try and push yourself and maybe take your audience with you in some cases, and some people just won't. They'll just turn around and say, nah, you should be writing love songs or whatever. I think it's important to stretch yourself as an artist, and I think it's important when you write a lot of songs. This is the 10th album we've put out. You can't keep writing the same song. You've got to push yourself in the subject matter and push yourself also in how frank you can be in what you write.
How much more powerful do you feel your songs are because of the fact that you sing them in your Scottish accent?
I don't necessarily think they're more powerful. I think that folk know we're not kidding. When we're singing, we're not kidding, and we're not trying to be somebody else, and we're trying to get what we feel inside over as directly as possible. And I think maybe because we sing in the same accents that we speak in, that maybe helps a wee bit there.
Did you always deliberately decide to sing in your own accent rather than adopt that funny mid-Atlantic accent that so many singers do?
I don't think when we started writing, Gerry, for the Proclaimers, we were writing songs that were more personal and better, and something with maybe a bit more depth, and it would never have occurred to us to deliver those in anything other than, say, the accent you'd use singing a Scottish folk song, or even the accent I remember the kids around me singing were singing hymns at school. You know, it wasn't that much different, really.
Well, I think you've struck gold again with the new album. Can I take you back to 2007 to the stage musical called Sunshine on Leith, which featured over a dozen of your songs? It was written for a repertory company in Dundee.
It was written by a man called Stephen Greenhorn, who writes a lot for TV as well. And he had the idea, and apparently got the idea when he was drinking whiskey one night, and he noted it down because he was sure he'd forget it, and he did forget it. And the next morning he finds this note that says Proclaimers musical, and he started thinking about it. He started working out. He got together with Dundee Rep, and they produced it. And we thought it would never happen. We thought nobody would want to come and see it. It wouldn't work, and it did work, and it went on a run in Scotland. And then they said they knew it was going to become a film. You know, it worked on stage, and they got Dexter Fletcher to direct it, and they got Peter Mullen and Jane Horrocks and some fantastic young actors, and they did a great job. And it's got our music across to so many people who would never come and see us.
For those who haven't seen the movie, is it a bit like Mamma Mia, where they took all the ABBA songs and wrote a story around it?
I think there's a difference in the Mamma Mia thing. I think I would have to say I think Stephen's storyline is considerably stronger than the Mamma Mia one. There's not really any glamour in our one, I suppose. It's about two guys coming out of the army after coming back from Afghanistan, and it's what happens to them, you know, and what happens to them in their life when they come home to Leith. So that's really what it's about. It's very down home. I think it's more moving than Mamma Mia, in my opinion.
How flattering was that to have a movie made and to have a stage production made of the Proclaimers songs?
It was fantastic, you know, and it was great to see the film the first time. That was very moving, but the most moving was actually the first time I ever saw it on stage. Having your own songs sung back at you from the stage by actors and actresses was, I think, one of the most surreal moments of my life. It was very, very strange.
I would recommend, well, the little I've seen of it, I would love to see the entire movie itself. It's called Sunshine on Leith. If you ever get a chance to view it, could I suggest that you take that up and go see it. Right, let's talk about the new album again. Let's hear it for the dogs. The new single, You Built Me Up. I expect with both now you're going to have a very, very busy summer, the pair of you.
We're out from the end of May right through to probably mid-December. Writing songs and playing them live is the reason that we do this. That making the records isn't the most important thing to us. So we're looking forward to this year very much.
Can I ask you about 500 Miles when it was taken up for children in need?
Yeah.
How did you feel about that?
It was great. I think it came about because Peter Kay had seen us. We did a thing at Murrayfield Stadium and we were the very first thing on. Just as the crowd's coming into the stadium, just as it's filling up, we went on. We did 500 miles, 3.5 minutes, and then off and straight to the bar and looking at all the stars when hanging about. So, but he saw us doing it. He saw the action of the crowd, and I think that's what gave him the idea. And he did a fantastic job. You know, got Matt Lucas involved and David Williams involved. And they did. It was a 2-day shoot for the video, and we were only involved in the first day. And when we're playing, we're actually playing a crowd, and we were in a hotel that was outside London the night before, and there's all these folks swanning about. And I'm thinking, they look like they think they're stars. They look like, maybe I didn't recognise them. No, that was a lookalikes. It was the extras. So we were playing to them. So we got the last plane up to Edinburgh at the end of that, and then the next day they got the real celebrities in, and so he filmed them the next day. And so it was quite strange when you saw the video back the first time. You know, we've been playing to a bunch of stiffs, and then you see that Shawari was in, the Status Quo's in there, you know, David Tennant's in there, the Crankies and that. So it was very, very funny. We were laughing the whole day. Peter Kay is naturally an incredibly funny man, and he did a great job.
Absolutely. Looking back on the career highlights, lad, what comes tops? Singing on the 40th anniversary of Emmerdale, or performing on the pitch at Hampton Park to over 1 billion TV viewers before the
pitch was bigger in Yorkshire. The pitch was bigger in Yorkshire. It was an open field. Not to denigrate Emmerdale Farm as it used to be when we watched it as kids in any way, but probably Hampden would come out top between Emmerdale or Hampden. And Emmerdale was also very good, and at least it didn't rain too much, you know.
You're mad Hibs fans, aren't you?
We are indeed, yes.
And they got beat.
Mad being the operative word. Yes.
But did the crowd sing Sunshine on Leith?
They won the League Cup in 2007, and I went to that game, and it was like 30,000 Hibs fans singing at the end of the game. I actually went to the pitches on Saturday afternoon because I didn't even want to watch it on TV, the semi-final.
I don't believe you.
Because I knew I was singing this week in interviews, and I thought, I'm going to lose my voice, I'll be shouting at the TV, and I would have done.
Oh, for goodness sakes. Well, look, I'm sorry to end the interview on such a down note. Craig and Charlie, thank you so much, and hopefully we'll see you in Northern Ireland over the summer.
You will, yeah. We're definitely going to be playing towards the end of the year. We've not set up the gigs yet, but they definitely will be playing shows in Ireland this year.
We look forward to that. Guys, thanks a million for talking to me this afternoon.
Thanks, Gerry.
Thank you.